With the release of the Hajime skin, I wanted to compare the in-game skin versus the concept and see which one is better or worse. Let's find out. And if you go to the shop, you will find the skin right here. You have the Hajime skin for 1500 V-Bucks. Not bad. He also does come in a bundle for 300 extra. You get this really cool katana. Let me know if y'all would like me to review this skin. I'm thinking about it, but I did want to get the concept out first. So before we get the concept out, really quick, let's analyze the skin itself in game. Let me give you a quick 360. I think the skin looks phenomenal. As you can see, he has a bunch of little details. You know what I mean? For example, like this little bag right here, this little baggie. I don't know what it has. Maybe a bag of tricks. Who knows? I like the little cloud design on it. He has a battle scar on his back. Okay. My man looking buff as a motherfucker, I ain't gonna lie, and I like the kimono as well. I think it looks so cool with the armor, the scars on his face. My man fought Wolverine and survived. Good God. Yo, my man hopped in Marvel Rivals, got bodied by Wolverine, and he survived to tell the story. More scratches right here. I love the little pin, the little leaf pin. Yo, I be having brain farts sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, but anyways, yeah, overall, I think this is such a solid skin. My goodness. And really quick, he has a second style, Possess Hajime. It looks insane. My goodness. A spirit form of the homie. But that being said, what do you guys think of the skin? First impressions, and I would like to hear your guys' thoughts after seeing the concept. So that being said, enough yapping. Let's bring in the concept right now. Boom! There it is, y'all. So as you can see, first impressions, they look damn near the same. You know, you could argue that there might be some differences. We're gonna find out everything we can find and analyze the differences, okay? But that being said, I want to make one thing clear. This image is upscaled to 4K by AI. It's been created by an artist, but obviously it's been upscaled so we can actually see the image. So if you see any like weird lines or shenanigans, like weird, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know why, but it still looks, it's still a great image. Don't be hating on the image because it got upscaled. Anybody that hears it, some people are crazy. They hear AI and automatically assume it's bad. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things with art, but you know, I mean, there's a lot of good things that come out of it too, like this. Like this upscale is pretty awesome. That being said, enough yapping. First off, I don't know why Epic has never thought about this, but I would 100% wish they would give us unique pose animations. Lobby poses, or give us the choice to choose our lobby pose. Like if you notice in the concept, he has like this kind of I'm ready to kill you, I'm ready to fight you in Fortnite. Alright, Epic, YouTube, don't ban me. Alright, I'm ready to kick your butt in Fortnite kind of pose. Like he looks very intimidating, and in the game he's just chilling. Like he's battle ready, but he's just chilling, you know what I mean? It's more of a default kind of pose, which doesn't ruin the skin. Alright, don't get it twisted. If the pose ruined it for you, trust, man, that's not a big deal. But if we're being honest, the pose itself does give it a very huge presence. Even the way you look at his face, you see how it's kind of like looking down. He's kind of staring at you with his eyebrows a little bit. You know, this kind of pose is very awesome. This is like more head on. But anyways, let's analyze the skin and see what differences we can find. Obviously, with the concept, it's not going to be as detailed with the fur. So I think it's pretty interesting and nice that the fur is pretty realistic. Obviously, with the new skins being made with like UEFN and all that. And the tools they're being provided with now is going to allow Epic to make more detailed skins. And you can definitely see him with the newer skins. As you can see, he has the same scars on his face as he does in the concept. But in the concept, there seems to be like a little bit of gradation with the scars. Like it almost seems like they're a little bit more fresh, right? Like it's like kind of pink into like a dark pink. Same here, lighter into a darker. Maybe they went with the route to like provide him scars that are more healed, right? Instead of just like, yeah, these look a little bit slightly fresher, like they're still healing. Am I tripping? I think that looks pretty cool in the concept. As for the eyes, he still does have the same mask. Obviously, there's a raccoon. He does have the similar mask design in game as in the concept. But what's interesting is that I feel like there's a little bit more spikes in the mask. For example, let's count it down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right side. Then there's a triangle in the middle. 1, 2, 3, and you could argue maybe that's one right there. 4. In game, there's only 2, 1, and then 2, and then it closes up. If I'm being honest, I don't know. Maybe also, it could be the perspective, but it seems like the mask is a bit longer as well. It definitely looks more intimidating and more battle ready with the more spikes he has, as opposed to just the two spikes in game. Does it ruin the skin? No. I just want to, you know what I mean? I want to just call out the differences, but it doesn't ruin it. But I definitely prefer it in the concept. As for the nose, in the concept, it's more of a kind of blackish gray. In game, it's like, you could argue it's black gray, but it has like a slight accent of green, just a tinge of green in it to make this kind of color. Because, you know, at a glance, you're like, oh, maybe it's silver, maybe it's dark gray, black gray. But you look at the mask, that's like a full-on black pretty much. And then you look at the nose and you kind of see what I'm talking about, right? Like it has like a slight tinge of green mixed into the black to kind of make it look like that. As for the mouth, in the concept, there's like a black outline. I think it'd be pretty nice if they had like a little black outline to the mouth to kind of make it more apparent. And also in the concept, like I said, it's more of a frown. Like he's kind of, you see, it's like a kind of U upside down. In the concept, it's just like a boom, W. You know what I mean? So he's not necessarily smiling, but it's more of a default kind of face. But you could, you know what I mean, depending on the angle, it could you could misinterpret it and think maybe he's smiling, or maybe he is, maybe he's smirking. From the side, he looks a bit more like a little bit more serious, but you do see the curve up, so you kind of see that more like kind of just chilling, relaxed face. I do like the more serious face in here. I think that's one of the biggest differences. But like I said, that's literally just the preference that they went with. Like I said, if they went with this lobby pose, they would 100% make this face as well. But they just gave him the, you know what I mean, just the basic lobby pose. I feel like the lobby poses are mostly for characters that they really care about, or that they really want to sell, or maybe, you know what I mean, like for example, battle pass skins or just collab skins. But yeah, this is just a Fortnite original, so maybe they didn't want to go that route and put the extra effort to make the lobby pose, which I understand. But it would have been nice to have that. Aside from that, I think it's pretty interesting that, like, head on, it feels like all the features are opposite of each other. I think that's pretty interesting. If you guys don't know what I mean, let's start off with the scarf. You see the scarf, right? So it's this purple kind of vibe right here, pretty similar in that color scheme. But you see the leaf pin right here on his right side. In game, it's on the left side, and it has a gold outer edge. You know what I mean, don't really matter in my opinion. It'd be nice if it was black as well to match it. I got the little button right here as well on the scarf. But yeah, they're on the opposite sides of each other. Speaking of opposite, you look at his left shoulder. Left shoulder in game is absent. It doesn't have any gear. So just, you know what I mean, once you realize they're all opposites, that'll kind of help me out. So when I cover the shoulder, I'm gonna go to the right. All right, so you know what I mean. But yeah, pretty much they're all opposites. So let's start off with the shoulder pad. So this has like a red accent. It's like blackish gray, mostly black with a red accent. In the game, it's on the right side, and it has purple accents. So purple strings. Honestly, not a big change. Nothing bad about that in my opinion. But yeah, this seems a little bit more cybernetic. And in game, it's more of a classic Japanese kind of style. Could be preference as well. He still has a strap on his shoulder as he does in game. In the concept, it's a bit more blacker, more like his mask, right? But in game, it's like it's black, but it's like a lighter kind of black. Along with that, he has this little button right here. I'm not sure what that does, to be honest. Has it here as well, but it's a different kind of color, kind of more darkish gray, silver, blue. Aside from that, on his chest, he does have this strap stemming all the way to the underside of his armpit right here. In game, it's the same, but it goes to the left side. Once again, strap is blacker. This one's black, but it's a little bit more you could say worn out, because yeah, you even see on the buckle it's like kind of worn out from the color. Even with the belt, it's like kind of scratched up a little bit. I think that's a very interesting detail that they went like in that direction. But aside from that, the chest, he pretty much has the same muscles. Honestly, like I said, it really depends on the pose. Yeah, you could actually kind of argue that he looks a bit more brolic in the concept, especially with the arm. My goodness, he got 2 freaking melons on his arms. And then if you compare from this side, these look bigger, but keep in mind, yeah, it's all about the angle. If I turn it to the left side, he does have some cannons, okay? Don't get it twisted. It also seems like he's flexing as well with the pose. So honestly, they do have similar muscle mass, but it at least from here, it does look like he has a bit more here. Aside from that, you do see some scruff coming out of this this kind of like armor piece on his hand right here. And you actually see it here as well, which is I think that's a pretty interesting feature. Like they just literally made it like a separate piece, right? Like his arm goes down and then there's just a separate piece. I think it looks kind of interesting, but kind of weird at the same time. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it's a part of him, but I mean, that's the route they went with. It looks pretty nice, though. It looks pretty nice. Just like an artistic choice, obviously, because how would they make the scruff like that, right? They don't want to make like realistic like fur hair coming out of his arm. So they went with like this, but it also looks like a poop. I'm sorry, yeah. It kind of looked like a poop. I ain't gonna lie, but let me not ruin the skin for you guys. I think it looks good though. I just felt like maybe right here on this line they would have blended it a bit more to make it seem more a part of it, because it literally seems separate. You know what I mean? Like a separate piece. But not bad though. As for the on piece, in the concept, it's more it's like a black armor piece, and it feels like there's like a see-through kind of glass, see-through kind of thermal glass on top of it. In the game, it's more of a gunmetal kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Silver, black. You know what I mean? Maybe a very slight tinge of green in it. You know what I mean? Obviously, the black looks better in my opinion, but this is not bad at all, okay? Do not get it twisted. Same with the chest on his where his belly goes. He has like this belt kind of vibe going on in his belt. In the concept, you see the pouches on his right side. In game, it's on the left side. 1, 2, 3. Same with the in game, and you see the little string, the little like lines in the middle. Same with the concept, and then the rest is hidden under his little kimono. Same with the concept. Aside from that, honestly, you could argue that the skin tone of the character in game is a little different from the concept, because if you look at his face, it has like a more muted kind of brown, you know what I mean, with a few hints of red. In the concept, it seems more like reddish brown than brownish red. Does that make sense, y'all? Like the brown seems to be a bit more apparent with some hints of red in the in-game version, but in the concept, it seems like there's a little bit more red on top of the brown, making his face look a little bit more brighter, a little bit more saturated, which I actually prefer in the concept. Does it ruin the skin? No, it does not ruin the skin. I want to make that clear every time I say that, because I know some people will be like, oh, it ruined the skin. I'm just calling out the differences and going more in depth to really give you an idea of what they change. He also does have the battle scar on his shoulder as well as in game. I like how it's bigger in the concept. It's like wider as well, but in the in game it's more like a slash. I think it's also interesting that it's like 2 slashes down and then 1 horizontal. And the concept, it's like the opposite way. Like instead of down, it's horizontal and then vertical. Pretty interesting choice. And once again, it looks a little bit more fresh. With the scar, maybe still healing. Same with the chest, yeah. The chest seems a little bit brighter. Like it has a bit more white in it. This has more of an off-white in the in-game. And honestly, you could argue that maybe because of the shadows, his chest seems a bit bigger in the concept. To be honest, if we look at the side, like I said, he like I promise you, he is brolic. He is buff. But even on the side, he does have like this little bulge right there. It definitely seems bigger in the concept. It's all, like I said, it's all a presentation, man. If they add a little bit more, you know, I mean, maybe dark shadows here, it could kind of emphasize that point. But like I said, I think he still looks pretty awesome. Aside from that, with the belt down here, he does have like this purple belt, which is pretty cool. I think it looks pretty accurate to the concept. It's damn near the same. The 2 straps right there, and then 1, 2, 2 straps, 1, 2, wraps around, yellow little like string tie here, and then there's one here as well. Both here on the front. Like I said, it's pretty much opposite. This goes right, this goes left, and it connects to this pouch, which you can find here, which is pretty cool. It does have like this similar kind of cloud vibe. Kind of reminds you of One Piece a little bit. One of the devil fruits. I'm not gonna say which one, okay? I don't want to spoil it. I mean, I don't think it's a spoil, but I don't want to give you any ideas. Just watch One Piece, yeah. It's goated. Aside from the pacing, oh my goodness. Yo, the pacing is pretty hard. I ain't gonna lie. If they ever remade it and cut out all the freaking horrible pacing, the execution, it would be peak. But it's still peak though. The story is peak. So definitely check it out, man. It helps you if you think of it as a journey with friends, as opposed to just like getting to the good parts, you know. But when you get to the good parts, it all connects, and it's amazing, man. But this is not an anime reviewing channel. Maybe I'll do one. I don't know. But yeah, definitely check it out, man. If y'all have it, be like, shout out to the boy KROW for you know, I'm encouraging me to watch the show. Looking at, but anyways, he does have some Japanese lettering here on the kimono. Same on the concept. Interestingly enough, it's not opposite. It's on the same side. Same with this red symbol right here with the white border as well here. The color scheme is kind of the same. Same with this. You could argue that it's a bit more muted here. Maybe a slight tinge of blue, and a little bit more green here. You know, just pretty interesting. Also, speaking of blue and green, in the concept, this is more blue, right? This line, this one is more green. More green dominated, more blue dominated. Another interesting feature right there. As for the pouch, it's pretty much the same, except the pouch here, the lines are like, they're white, but they're more transparent. They're like a light faded white. This is more of a bright white, which I like. As for the tail, the raccoon jaya, hey yo. Real talk though, the tail is big and poofy, which is nice. In the concept, it looks bigger though. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's like it looks like a freaking, like a giant ass freaking arm. Look at that. Like it kind of bulges out like that. Boom, big. And this is a little bit smaller, but it's still big, yo. Okay. Like I said, honestly, this looks more badass because it's bigger though. But it's not bad here though. That's what she. Let me stop. Anyways, aside from that, we got the bottom of the shoes. I mean, are they shoes? He has these little like straps around his ankles, which is pretty nice. They're pretty much the same. It seems a bit more blacker in some areas in the concept, but it's pretty black here as well. The 2 dots right there, one right there. I don't see one here, but pretty nice. He also does have kind of like these shoes that cover his feet to kind of protect him a little bit. It does have the armor on it. You know what I mean? 2 plates, 1, 2. Except in the concept, it seems a bit smaller and they don't overlap over each other. It's more of a gunmetal black. This is more like a silver kind of metal with a tinge of green. As for the big ass feet, you got the big ass toenails, you know what I mean, to cut people up. Honestly, they seem a bit bigger in the in-game version as opposed to the concept. But it could also be the perspective. Yeah, if I zoom in, you could argue that they're the same. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. Same with the right side as well. Pretty cool, man. But aside from that, I don't think I missed anything here, yeah. What do you guys think? I think they cooked, yeah. Like I said, the point of these videos is pretty much just, you know what I mean, just to sit back, relax, have fun, and just analyze what changed. In my opinion, this skin is damn near the same. 90% at the very minimum. I want to say 94 at least. 94% damn near the same, and in my opinion, that's a success. But obviously, this skin would definitely be elevated by a few points if they just made the freaking lobby pose. Because he would definitely look more intimidating. And like I said, like aside from the slight differences we found, the ones that I would have loved to seen is Change is have the in-game variant have more of that color scheme that they do have in the concept. This one's not bad though. Like I said, let me make it clear once again. It just seems a little bit more emphasized with the red, which I think is awesome. It's more like a red raccoon, right? Are there red raccoons? I think they are, right? And there's more like a greenish red. If that makes sense. A brownish red. Same with the highlights on his chest. But yeah, man, I think they cook with the skin. Like I said, sometimes they fail and completely change the skin or just butcher it. This is not the case. I think the skin is a success. And anytime they make these concepts alive and give them extra styles that are unique, it just elevates them to a whole nother level, man. This skin, I don't even know if there's a concept behind this one, like publicly, but this elevates it to a whole nother tier, man. Phenomenal skin. I love how the scars glow as well. Same with the eyes. My goodness, they absolutely cooked. You know what's interesting? I just noticed the kimono changed color as well. It's like a purple blue. That is so freaking awesome, man. Same with the white scars. They are glowing. Seem a bit more fresh, right? Because he's a spirit. And yeah, man, I gotta give it up to them, man. I think they did a phenomenal job. What do you guys think of the skin? Do you guys prefer the concept or the in-game variant? I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think it's there's a battle. I think they're both amazing in their own rights. So I don't want to say, I don't really want to like say that one won over the other. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty much the same, man. I slightly prefer the concept a bit more just because of the lobby pose and the color scheme a little bit with the hair fur, but that's like very minute. Damn near the same, right? Let's make that clear. Phenomenal skin. I think they cooked really awesome, man. What do you guys think? And let me know if y'all enjoy these type of videos, man. I think it's pretty fun talking about all these concept skins and all that. Who should I cover next, man? Let me know in the comments below. And what are your thoughts on the skin? Aside from that, if you guys are enjoying the content and want to support for free, man, please consider using my code KROW-LX. I'm going broke. Catch your boy live on Twitch, and if you want to go further beyond, become a Patreon member. Anyways, it's your boy KROW. Holla at your boy. Yeah.